Once upon a time, in a town far away, there lived a rich merchant who had 3 pretty daughters. The youngest daughter was the prettiest of the 3, and she was called Beauty. She was as good and kind as she was lovely. Her elder sisters, although they too were pretty, they were selfish and not very nice. One day, their dad returned home looking worried. He explained that he had a loss in his business and would have to move to a small cottage in the countryside. Beauty didn't mind the change, but her older sisters were grumpy about it. On the following day, the family moved to a small cottage with a big garden in the countryside. The father worked hard in the garden, selling his fruits and vegetables to earn enough money to live comfortably. Beauty worked very hard around the house. She cooked, cleaned, and washed the clothes with a smile on her face. But her sisters sat around and looked sad. They did nothing but complain because they were no longer rich. One day, the dad has to go on a business trip. Before leaving, he gathered his daughters and asked,
"What presents would you like me to bring back for you?"
The eldest daughter said with a sparkle in her eyes.
I want shiny diamonds.
The second daughter, with a soft smile, said,
I'd love some pretty pearls.
Beauty, with a gentle voice, asked,
Dad, could I have a bouquet of white roses, please?
After finishing his business, the father set out for home, taking a shortcut through a dense forest. But as soon as the sun sets, he lost his way out of the forest. While searching for a way out, he found a mysterious palace hidden in the forest. He went inside the palace looking for a place to rest for the night. He saw there was no one around, but he saw a warm meal ready to eat and a cozy bedroom ready for sleep. He ate the meal and went to bed. When he woke up, his old clothes were gone, but he found new clothes that fit perfectly. He put them on and went to the dining room, where a fine breakfast was laid ready on the table. After eating, he set off for the stables to see his horse. On the way, the merchant passed a beautiful rose garden. He picked one rose when he heard a terrible sound behind him. Turning round, he saw a big beast roared loudly. "You ungrateful man! You slept in my bed, ate my food, and now wear my clothes, all mine, and you repay my kindness by stealing my roses? You shall die."
Please don't hurt me. Is there anything I can do to make things right? I'll spare you, but only if you do one thing. Come back here in a month with whoever first greets you at home.
Beauty's father had no choice but to agree. Beauty saw her father coming home. She ran to greet him, noticing he seemed sad. She asked if he was ill or unhappy to see her. He could only respond, "Oh, my little Beauty." The merchant told his family about his promise to the beast, and he did not want to take Beauty to Beast. Beauty, however, insisted that once a promise was made, it should be kept. At the end of the month, Father took Beauty to the mysterious palace. They both found a table set for them, but they were too nervous to eat. Soon, the beast came in, looking straight at Beauty. Then he turned to her father and asked,
"Is this the daughter for whom you gathered the white roses?"
"Yes," said the merchant, "and she would not let me return to your palace without her."
She doesn't have to worry. Everything in the palace is hers to use. She'll be safe.
Beauty found her room stunning, and due to the travel, she quickly fell asleep. In the morning, she and her dad had breakfast and tearfully said goodbye. After he left, Beauty explored her room, admiring the lovely pictures and decorations. She noticed a strange mirror with a message in gold letters underneath. Beauty was surprised to find the beast was not as scary as she thought. He was actually very kind and treated her like a friend. Every night, they had dinner together, and Beauty learned that the beast was lonely and just wanted a friend. One evening, the beast asked Beauty,
Am I very ugly and stupid?
Beauty said, "Yes, you are very ugly, but not stupid."
Could you love me, Beauty?
"Yes, I do love you, Beast, for you are so kind."
Then will you marry me, Beauty?
"Oh no, Beast. I could not marry a beast," she said to herself.
The next morning, Beauty used the beast's magic mirror to see how her father was doing.
She saw him sick in bed, alone and sad. This made her cry, thinking about his situation. Beast noticed this made the beauty very sad.
What's wrong, Beauty?
Told him she was sad about her sick father and wanted to visit home. The Beast felt sad but said, "Okay, you can go home tomorrow." Beauty thanked him and promised to come back in a week. The Beast was worried he might never see Beauty again. Still, he gave Beauty a magic ring, saying,
Spin it 3 times and say, "Back to the Beast I wish to go to return."
That night, Beauty wished to be at her dad's. The next morning, she found a magical path of glowing flowers leading her home, thanks to the ring's magic. As soon as Beauty arrived, her dad started feeling better. She took great care of him, and time flew by, and soon a week was gone. She decided to stay 1 more week to take care of her dad. That day she had a dream about the Beast, with the Beast standing in his garden, looking very sad and saying, "Beauty, you promised to return. I can't live without you." This made her jump out of bed. She quickly put the magic ring on her table and went back to sleep. In the morning, she woke up back in her room at the Beast's palace, just like magic. That day, Beauty did not see the Beast. He didn't show up even after the dinner. When the clock struck 9, she started to worry and started to look for Beast in and out of the palace. She hurried into the dark garden and found the Beast under the rose bush, looking very still. She was scared he might be dead, but when she touched him, he woke up and said,
"I cannot live without you, Beauty. So I am starving myself to death. Now that I have seen your face again, I shall die content."
Oh dear Beast.
"I cannot bear it if you die," said Beauty. "Please live, and I will marry you." When Beauty had spoken these words, she hid her face in her hands and cried and cried. When she looked up, the Beast was gone and a handsome prince stood by her side. He thanked her for freeing him. "What do you mean?" asked Beauty. Then the prince explained.
"A wicked fairy enchanted me and said I must be a beast and seem stupid and ugly. Only a beautiful lady who was willing to marry me could break the spell. You are the beautiful lady, Beauty."
Then the prince gave Beauty a kind kiss, and they walked together to the big, beautiful palace. Soon, Beauty and the prince had a lovely wedding and lived happily in the palace with their family. They all lived happily ever after. Thanks for watching! If you liked the story, please give a thumbs up and leave a comment. Check out more fairy tales in my playlist. Remember to subscribe for more stories coming. See you next time!